Good evening. I'm Heidi Carrington Heath, and I use she, her pronouns. I serve as the executive director of New Hampshire Outright, an organization that holds community at its heart. At New Hampshire Outright, we know that the power of community is both life-saving and life-giving. Community, to me, is also a calling. In many ways, I was born into community. Don't worry, we're not doing a chronology here. But I was baptized in the hospital into a faith community that would define everything about how I understood community and how I understood the church. When I was 9, my community saved me when my father died suddenly by suicide. It was only in community that healing could take root. My community showed me that I would never walk alone. So you can imagine how jarring it was when, as an undergraduate theology student and a queer woman, I had found my way to a different faith community, and that church turned its back on me. I was outed to my pastor, and let's just say it did not go well. He said I could continue to worship in this church, but a fundamental part of me would not be accepted. I would be tolerated, but I could never belong. To be a person of wholeness, I had to walk away. But I wasn't giving up on community, and I wasn't giving up on faith. Eventually, I found a new faith community, a rich and beautiful place that reminded me that true community celebrates you for the whole of who you are and does not ask you to check a piece of yourself at the door. I went on to study divinity and to become an ordained minister. And now my calling as both a clergy person and a nonprofit leader is to help do what Dr. Morris asked all of us to do, to build the beloved community, where every person is treated with dignity and justice, where every person experiences a deep sense of belonging and a chance to thrive. At New Hampshire Outright, community is a grounding force. We have expanded our efforts to serve youth and young people all over the state. We advocate, we work with families and young people, we provide education, and we create spaces where our kids can just be themselves in their full beauty and in their full humanity. We are working for a world where LGBTQ+ youth and their families can be seen, be heard, and be themselves. The stakes have never been higher. We are in a moment in New Hampshire and across the country where there is an active attempt to legislate, in particular, trans adults and trans kiddos out of public life. We have seen the tangible impacts of this already. We have seen an uptick in suicide among LGBTQ+ kids in New Hampshire. There is no overstating community that this moment is a dire one. There is also no overstating the life-affirming power of community for our young people. Every year in the fall, we host a family event, and last year, a young outrighter sporting a new gender-affirming haircut attended with their family. And I watched as they looked in awe at an older trans person at our event. "I've never met a trans person as old as you are," they exclaimed. And in that connection, in that moment, they saw hope and they saw possibility. Please join us this year at Portsmouth Pride on June 21st, or attend one of the Pride events happening around the state this summer. Walk with us in joy and in solidarity. We need you to party with us, and we need you to protest with us. Community, we are at a profound crossroads. We can stay stuck in division and disconnection and feeling disheartened, or we can choose a different way forward. This moment is calling us out of isolation and into solidarity. This moment is calling us to choose each other, to protect the most vulnerable. This moment is calling us to build the beloved community, to be the community that can and does save someone else's life. May we rise to that moment together. Thank you.